San Antonio Spurs star Victor Wembanyama is expected to miss the remainder of the season with deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder, the team announced Thursday. The Spurs said in a statement that the condition, a form of a blood clot, was discovered after Wembanyama returned to San Antonio after the All-Star game. The condition is typically treated with blood-thinning medications, which usually precludes a player from participating in a contact sport such as basketball. Wembanyama started feeling symptomatic recently but believed he would feel better after 2 days off following the All-Star game, sources told ESPN. When symptoms persisted, Wembanyama underwent a battery of tests that showed the clot. A team source told ESPN that the Spurs are optimistic that Wembanyama will make a full recovery by the beginning of the 2025-26 season. "It's tough," Spurs point guard Chris Paul said. "Tough more than anything, I think, for all of us. Knowing how much he means to our team, but more so knowing how much he means to the game and how much he loves to play." Wembanyama, the reigning Rookie of the Year and a first-time All-Star this season, was averaging 24.3 points, 11 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and a league-leading 3.8 blocks in 46 games for the 23 and 29 Spurs. The team said in its statement that updates on Wembanyama's condition would be provided as appropriate. "I think everybody understands that basketball is what we do and not who we are," Paul said. "So life and everything is so much important. But for us, we know losing a big part of our team like that is made up by committee. And trust me, you can't replace Vic. I can't stand on a guy's shoulder and block every shot that comes to the rim. Aside from his basketball ability, his charisma and what he brings into the locker room, I think is what we'll miss the most." Wembanyama will not be eligible for All NBA Defensive Player of the Year and other major awards because he did not meet the 65-game minimum. Wembanyama had been a minus 2,000 favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year at ESPN Bet and had attracted over 3 times as many bets to win the award prior to the Spurs announcement. Afterwards, Memphis Grizzlies forward Jared Jackson Jr. moved from plus 2,500 to Defensive Player of the Year favorite at minus 130. Wembanyama's departure is the second big loss for the Spurs this season, coming about 3.5 months after coach Greg Popovich had a stroke and was forced to take an indefinite leave from the sideline. Wembanyama had already taken 403 three-pointers and blocked 176 shots this season. No player in NBA history had ever finished the season with those numbers, and Wembanyama did it before the All-Star break. In my opinion, this guy's script written all over it. A lot of people lost their money that betted on Wembanyama to win the Defensive Player of the Year at the beginning of the season. Looked like he got the stats from what they saying to win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. But that's a big loss if you bet on Wembanyama to win the Defensive Player of the Year at the start of the season. I'm sorry for your bet. Sorry for your loss, but you always should know sports is scripted. Sports entertainment company, they can predetermine outcomes of games. If you don't believe me, look it up. But let me know in the comments section what you think about Wembanyama being injured and what do that do to the Spurs. Who's going to be on top of the West now that the big fella is out? But it's your boy Dizzle. I'm out. Peace.